10 people that will ask me any question. 10 people that will ask me any question. So I'll take 3 from this side, 2 here, 2 here, and 3 from this side. I want you, please, Anna, you have to help us on this one. I'll take 3 questions from this side, 2 from here, 2 here, and 3 here. But then let me make my boring statement first, and then we'll do the girly business after, right? And Chairperson, the organizers of this wonderful event, the National Girls Summit 2022, my dear sister, our keynote speaker from the Gambia. I believe now you understand why I like dancing. When you dance, sometimes things that you don't want to say, you say through dancing. Our representatives from the United Nations family, members of the local and international non-governmental agencies, members of the civil society, members of the Fourth Estate, the Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption of Sierra Leone, my dear brother. And I believe if there is anybody who the media has actually abused compared to me, is my brother. So don't worry, we are in this together. We take certificate of abuse from the social media. But you know what? Sometimes it's good for them to abuse you. That means you're doing something. If nobody's talking about you, you're doing nothing. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful delegates from all over our beautiful continent, Africa, good morning or good afternoon. I am humbled to be in front of you. I'm very delighted that you've given me the opportunity to come here and share this wonderful moment with you all. When I was leaving the house today, I said to His Excellency the President, I have a date with my girls, and this is the date. I have a date with the brilliant girls of this nation. I am so happy to stand here and say to Madam Anna, I don't know how you do it, but please help me give this lady a round of applause for putting together such a wonderful event. At a very tender age of 19, I started running around putting events together because for me, that's an opportunity to get people to communicate with one another. That's an opportunity to get people to share ideas, an opportunity to learn, and then an opportunity to make a conscious decision whether you want to be part of that conversation. And I want to say to you all, I am so happy to be here because today's conversation is my conversation. It gives me a great pleasure to associate with young people of Sierra Leone and causes that promote women empowerment in line with the agenda of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Maada, who you all know as my dearest husband. The National Girls Summit is an annual event that brings together adolescent girls and young women from different parts of Sierra Leone and within the sub-region. I am told that this initiative started in 2020, organized as part of the commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child. For the past 2 years, this organization has inclusively mobilized young girls to speak on strategic issues that negatively affect them and have managed to identify appropriate results and action. We have all seen the efforts and investments being made by the government of Sierra Leone under the leadership of His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada. This intervention clearly indicates strong commitment of His Excellency in order to build a capacity of our next generation. Let me use this medium as a special opportunity to urge you all to continue to work towards building the sound foundation for our children, more especially the girls who have decided to put this beautiful and enlightening event together. As your First Lady, I have been at the forefront in promoting your rights, because your right is not a privilege, it is your right. And I also believe in your dignity as young girls. Our girls has to be respected and has to be given the space to thrive and to do what they want to do that will promote them and make them a better person in our society. Due to the extensive campaign of the Hands of Our Girls today, I can proudly stand in front of you and say the Hands of Our Girls campaign is no longer a campaign for Sierra Leone, but it is a global campaign. The Hands of Our Girls campaign has reached beyond the borders of Africa and now knocking the doors of the United Nations. This year, I believe some of you who are following what is happening at the United Nations knows about the resolution that was passed to give justice. We're giving access to justice to all girls that are victims of rape, not only in Sierra Leone, but globally. And that was put in by Sierra Leone under the leadership of His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada, and it was adopted by the United Nations this year. And I also want to say, with the tenacity that I had, I did not leave the United Nations saying, yes, we've got one, so it is enough. I have asked them again. I left the United Nations asking them to give us November 18 as a day that we will commemorate, we will congregate, that girls who are victims of rape will have a voice to speak up and know that the next person who is standing next to them is also a victim. So November 18 is what we are asking the United Nations to give us as girls, to be able to say, I am a victim, but I will not allow you to victimize me twice. So fingers crossed, very soon we will hear from the United Nations, and that will mean in 1 year, Sierra Leone put in 2 resolutions, and it was adopted by the United Nations. Due to the extensive campaign on issues affecting women and girls, the Hands of Our Girls campaign has been recognized globally, for which reason I have been appointed as the Global Ambassador for Education Plus Initiative, a champion for sanitation and hygiene, and a global champion for girls' education and global advocate for justice for SGBV's provisions. And that is because you people allow me in your space. That is, credential that they will put on my CV, but it is not mine alone. I was able to get all of this recognition because the girls of this nation believe in the agenda of the Hands of Our Girls. It is your thing. I am just the face. I am standing in front to make sure your voices are heard. When I come here today, I said I'm not going to bore these girls with too many things about what my achievement is. Because achievements, you don't sing them. They sing for themselves. What we are witnessing here today is an achievement of a wonderful girl that we don't need to even call her name. Just through social media, the whole Britain has stand still to watch her, because today I said, I am going to celebrate a girl who have the tenacity to dare, a girl who have the tenacity to say it can be done. I want to celebrate you all for leaving your houses, for leaving your districts, for leaving your country, and believe in our security in this country. For you to congregate as many girls like this means that there is absolute security for them. And I want to assure you, your safety is paramount, and you will stay here for the next 3 days, deliberate, come with a conclusion that we will all celebrate and nothing will happen to you, because this is Mama Salon, the fourth most peaceful country in the sub-region of Africa. I want to also say to you, the free quality education is for every child in this country, and that means you. The free quality education will better your life. I want to remind you also that for every girl doing STEM subjects in this country, it's been paid for by the government of Sierra Leone until you finish university. So if you are not somebody who is doing STEM subjects, please consider that, because that means from primary to secondary to university, somebody is going to be paying for your fees. So you don't have to worry about, I want scholarship, I want this. No, you're doing STEM subjects. STEM subjects, you have that you're guaranteed to be paid for to finish your university studies. Again, I want to also announce here that through the free quality education, the last 2 years, it is the girls that are whipping the boys in every examination. My boys, don't be upset. Please, I still dearly love you all. But we want to celebrate the girls, to give them more courage to be able to do more, so that they can also give more to what they believe in. Our examination from Beke to Watts, it is the girls who are topping in everything in this country. So congratulations to the girls, and please, we want to ask all the guys in this room to stand up and clap for my girls. I believe every man in this place is a he or she. Thank you. Every man in here, I believe, is a he or she, right? Because for you to leave what you're doing and come here and support us means that you believe in the agenda of equality. My sister just said to you, if there is no space, create your own space. If they are standing in front of you, bulldoze and go forward. If you are to shine, nobody can stop your light, because you will shine. Don't say, well, they didn't call me, so I will not go there. Your destiny doesn't call you. You call on to your own destiny. Now, when you want to lead, nobody lead from the back. You lead from the front. So you can't be sitting at the back and say, I want to be a leader. You present yourself. And when they give you the opportunity to lead, then understand the Creole word. You don't become dirty works. Because a leader is someone who they will throw everything at you. Sometimes we feel it and we react because we are only human. But that does not stop you from doing why you are the leader of that particular thing. You react and then you lead and lead with excellence. And that would have just solved all the problem, because you don't need to say anything anymore. You say, you know what, let my work speak for me. So ladies, don't say, well, I am not coming because the first lady have not called me. Guess what? Sierra Leone didn't call me, I called myself. And I choose to marry Madabio. And I know when you vote for Madabio, I will automatically be your first lady. That was a choice, my choice, because marriage is by choice, but your education is your human right. That is not something that someone has to tell you whether you have to be educated or not. You now have the opportunity to be educated. You have the space to go to school and be educated. You have the space to be the best in your classroom. You have the space to be the best in your school and the best in this nation. Now it is up to you how you make use of it. It is good to be on social media. If you imagine the length of time we spend on social media, if you put that time, you see, as I started talking, my girls are now, you know me now, I call it as it is, so now call me and see. So those say what you say, right? It is so beautiful for all of us that are on social media. But social media is really mobile phones that I don't know their names. I have had one mobile phone since I became First Lady. And I'm even scared to change it because when I change it, I don't know the new one, whether I'll be able to use it. And these men, they use mobile phones to lure you guys to bed. Most of you are victims of mobile phones. Because you want to have the latest mobile phone, or you sit in a classroom with a child that their parents are millionaires and they can afford a mobile phone for them. And because of that, you also want to have a mobile phone. And then what do? You trade yourself for a mobile phone. Now, I want to also bring to your attention, people are not talking about it muchly in this country, but there is HIV/AIDS. And most of these pedophiles are so wicked, they will sleep with you and pass on HIV/AIDS because they will never tell you I have AIDS. They know you want a mobile phone, so you are trading your life with a mobile phone because by the time you have the mobile phone and the time you begin to enjoy your mobile phone, you will now start to go and look for HIV medication. So be careful. It is not everything that glitters actually is gold. Some are plated. Choose your friends wisely. Choose the places you go to. There are so many horrible things I see on social media when it comes to girls in Sierra Leone. Sometimes I wonder whether we're watching a movie or what has befallen this country. The other day, someone was telling me about a house called the Scarlet House. It's not a house? Oh, it's a club? Okay. Well, I believe that Scarlet House, they're not going to go to Fatima Maada. Because I think they are the most disgusting thing that has happened to this country. If a young girl would pride themselves of having sex where you go, you don't do for let you go have the sex, that's you, man. I know most of you know what I'm talking about, right? Are you sure? Well, that means you've been watching bad things on social media. Because you really should not know about what I am talking about. I wanted to test to see how many of you are on social media every day. Those are the most disgusting things you want to watch on social media. There are so many wonderful things you can watch on TikTok. Something that will empower you. Women's Deliver. Something that will make you understand what it means to be a woman who can lead. There are so many places, so many spaces that you can go and check on the internet that will empower your life and transform your life and make you a better person. Please, Scarlet Club is not one of them. If you have it on your phone, delete it and be a good person for yourself. If you are also part of it, please resign and come and be a role model for your society. If you have a question to ask, go ask me about Scarlet. I've always seen it when they told me. I have no business in Scarlet. And then for those that will say they bully me on social media, what is it called? You go and have sex with a boy. You are there. When they film you, you're not vet. You gladly, because that's when you say you love her. They all apart. They go and now take that video, they put it on social media. Then you begin calling him and a first lady. They don't put me on social media. I've been sending. Because you take part in these things. You allow them to fulfill you. until you are ready. Because let me tell you, when you have sex, the tendency of being pregnant is 100%. This one that the men will tell you, oh, na small. No small sex money. Or I will come out and they put a bit. This is now what you can tell me. Now let's see that because I ask you now. Every time before I engage girls, I will ask girls to tell me certain things. What's the man when they talk to women? This is how I know say mobile phone is one of the biggest problems in this country. Now mobile phone like who begin can get better in this country. Now the other thing also, when man they can tell you say, hey no go and more, what are they for camera, they come out. Now what's in? You see the guy they laugh. They don't bother. When they feel me right, when they understand what they say, then they say no more small. They go step for that. You see, that the other guy praying in green that if you don't do it, then before you realize, you are now talking about social media bullying. No, it is not social media bullying. Please, take care of the place. Look at the places that you take yourself. And don't, nobody tell me when I room that go. Even when lights not there, I will say, no, wait, the lights come. You understand? When you do that, say, no, wait, the lights come. Wait, in man, I know wait. Anyway, at the time on Sunday, I will be at your district, I will be coming to you, and we will have this conversation. This is just a platform to do a teaser for you, because this is going to be the new subject. How do we protect ourselves from unwanted sex and abusive sex and unwarranted sex? That will be our subject when we go around for the menstruation distribution, the menstruation pad distribution, and I want you to engage me and let us talk, frank talk. Because with that frank talk, I'll be able to talk to your parents frankly, I'll be able to talk to your teachers frankly, I'll be able to talk to the police and the military frankly, I'll be able to talk to the paramount chiefs frankly, because your frank talk will empower me with the information that I need. At this junction, this meeting is officially launched, and like I said, I'm going to take 10 questions, or maybe if I actually answer all your questions, or this is what you want to hear from me, you actually don't need to ask a question. Do we need to ask a question? Yes! Okay. We have the 10 people? Okay, so can we have the first 3, please?
Thank you very much, ma'am, for this opportunity. My question is, we all are here and we are gathering and being inspired by different speakers. And you will not want to be the only person who will create this platform. Auntie Hannah will not like to be the only person who will create this platform. There are people out there who have this idea, who have this passion to also embark on journeys like this. We'll have the passion to create this platform also for young ones coming up. And one might say, I don't have this platform. I don't know where to start. I don't have sponsors. Who will help me? So my question is, what will be your own contribution for that particular person achieving that dream? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam President. I'm Superwoman. I want to know some of your challenges that you face in supporting girls.
Thank you very much, Madam President. First of all, I want to thank you personally for your tremendous and developmental love for this nation. So I am Franklin Abubakar Tawali, the next Honorable Ben Efala to be in this nation. my question is to you, Ma. So how can you incorporate the male involvement strategy to the Hearts of Our Girls campaign? Because apparently, I want to be the first male ambassador for Hearts of Our Girls. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you. Okay, let me answer that. Let me answer just these three first. Now, with contribution for somebody who have an idea like this, when Hannah started, I didn't know who Hannah was. You start something small, and then it amplifies. You will have the support that you need. If someone is sitting in their houses and have an idea, no one is going to help them. They will have to at least start something small, even if it's just a small gathering. You would have to do something for someone to say, this is an idea that I want to support. Before now, I don't know who Hannah was, but when I go through what she has done since 2020, which is during the COVID-19, the tenacity she has to be able to reach out and put something like this together, I think she deserves for every one of us to support her. So if you have or you know somebody who is trying to do the same thing like this, it's not everything that when you want to start, it has to be at the biggest stage. You start somewhere, and then people will come around. Again, I'll say you sacrifice first. Because what some people or campaigners will say, I don't get money. They don't pay you to talk. Because you want now you get it. Now you can create a small platform. You can use social media, which today everybody's busy on social media. You can be a voice through those means, and then many people will understand what your agenda is. And the people who align themselves with your agenda will come and work with you. If you don't present yourself, it will be difficult for people to know. So presenting yourself is the first key. And when you present yourself, the support comes in. We have a lot of UN agencies here, and their job and their mandate is to support women, girls, youth, and education. So anything, again, that is something that people, you want a UN agency, for instance, you want UNICEF to support you, but you want to talk about microcredits. UNICEF doesn't do microcredits. So you also have to channel, you have to know what you want to present for people. Because if you're talking about microcredit, I don't even know, I don't have a clue, who do you go against then Kefala? So that is the challenge. There's so much I wanted to do. There's so much I wanted to give. There's so much I wanted to give to this country. But the lies and the propaganda that is around my office, just because I am the first person to actually institute a First Lady's office outside the Presidential Lodge, because for me, I believe that if your office is inside your house, then you don't call it an office, you call it a waiting area. Because I can go into my office when I want and go when I smell the food in the kitchen, I will just come to the office, go to the kitchen and go eat. But I choose to have a building and go there every day. With that, it gives me the mental strength to actually work and to listen to people's problems. If I am tied within the vicinity of the Presidential Lodge, nobody gets to see me. Nobody gets to talk to me. But by exposing myself to the public, my challenges has now grown so big that I have no space to put them. You do good, it is bad. You do bad, it is bad. You do worse, it is worse than worse. You do better, oh no, she never does right. Then it is a problem. So what I have done now is, I really don't care what people say. I only focus on what I can do and do what I am able to do and focus on that. And for anything that I put my hand on, I'll do it to the best of my ability. I'll make sure it is excellently done. And I refuse for anybody to prescribe for me what I should be doing, because that suits you. No. I do what makes me happy, because it's only when I am happy I can deliver for you people. So when you're a woman, your challenges are worse. I believe that in Sierra Leone, all of you here knows that even President Bill sleep better than the First Lady. Because if the President do bad, now the First Lady, 9%. If a minister do bad, now the First Lady, 9%. Then Kefala, they go arrest person. Now the First Lady, 9% for go arrest person. So you see how it is. Basically, I'm doing everybody's job. So by the time I finish, or by the time His Excellency leave office, what I am going to ask Sierra Leonean to do for me is to fold Sierra Leone and give it to me to put in my bag. So I'll be walking around with it. So don't allow your challenges to limit you. Focus on what you want to do and do them to the best of your ability. Forget about challenges, because there are going to be challenges everywhere and every time. Okay? Involvement, my brother. Just come and say you want to be part of what we're doing. When we start our campaign, make yourself available. You'll be one of our ambassadors. It is as simple as that. But ambassador, we don't pay, we will not get salary. Just in case. We will not get salary for ambassadors then. Sometimes you give to your nation, for your nation to give back to you. My own way of giving to the nation is through the Hands Up Our Girls campaign. So you want to be one of our ambassadors, please do. We will welcome you. Next 3 questions.
Yeah, I'm Francis. Of course, if that was the time machine, I would like to go back in time and be that Maada you are with today. Of course, I've got advice for you and a question. The first question would be, how many guys did you reach with your first campaign? Your target, how many guys did you reach? And the advice for you is, I would advise you get a youth advisory group, as mentioned by Shibe, my colleague here. We have ambassadors in various districts, and you will get exactly what they need. There could be maybe girls or boys, but I would like boys to be there also. And also, to end it all, Madam First Lady, are you okay? Thank you.
I am fine. Thank you very much. Yes.
My question is, how important is this summit to you, and how can you relate it to your ethical leadership?
Good afternoon, Mama Honey Pikide. I am Janet's family. Madam First Lady, what is our responsibilities as young girls to do for us not to involve in any teenage pregnancy or sex that has disadvantage?
The answer is simple. My boy.
Let me answer the last one, because since that one is buzzing, let me answer that one. What you need to do to focus, what you need to do to deter yourself from all of this unwanted sex and all of this, now that you have free quality education, now that your parents don't have to worry about paying your school fees, I think, my girl, that one thing you should focus on is your education. Focus on your education, because education is the only universal key that you will have that will make you equal to everybody else that is up there. So your focus should be on your education today, tomorrow, and don't say I am too old to be in school. No, no one is too old to be in school. You can be enlightened at any time. So please, the word sex, remove those things. Remove them on your thinking. Like I said, when boys come to you, now calculate their own future and your own, and then add the advantage and the disadvantage you have if you are to have sex with them. They are not going to be pregnant. You're the one who is going to be pregnant. And when you are pregnant, unfortunately, they are going to stay in school. Yes, the government has done the radical inclusion that when you are pregnant, you can still be in school. But how many people are lucky when they are pregnant, they are not sick? For me, one, when I am pregnant for the first 4 months, you will not see me. Because I'll be so sick. When you see me after, you will think like something bad has happened to me. So I make myself as an example. For me, I believe, in my own case, pregnancy has always been difficult. It is a very challenging period for me. Now, at that time, if I was in school like you, would I be able to be in school? I don't think so. Even when they said I am allowed to, I still would not think so. So my advice to you is focus on your education. When you are properly empowered, you can have, you see, the good thing about sex does not have retirement. You don't have retirement during sex. You can have sex until you die. As long as you feel like and you have the person to have sex with, you don't have pension on sex. So something that don't have retirement means it's a lifetime thing. So don't worry to finish it now. Do it later when you have empowered yourself enough. So when you have sex, you know that you have all the other things that will support that sexual activities. That would be my advice to you. Now, how important is this summit? This summit is the equivalent of the Hands of Ideas Storming. Because this is where we are in school. Second term, we now have 95% of girls in school. Third term, we will still have 95% of girls in school. Today, in Sierra Leone, we have more girls passing every examination in this country. Today, in Sierra Leone, we have more girls who are focused on education. We have more girls doing STEM education in this country today. In Sierra Leone, since the inception of His Excellency's government, you have more girls who understand the difference of doing the right exam at the right time and refusing to spy. Because if you are training to be a doctor and then you spy to get your qualification, how are you really going to save lives in this country? So in total, I can say to you, 95% of the young girls of this country today understand what Hands of Our Girls means, and they implement it. And the ones that says no, they say no with conviction and they mean the no. It's not before when they say no and you give them money, they will change their no to yes. Now, girls know that their voice can be heard. Now, for a forum like this to happen, it's because Hands Up for Girls have given the free platform for women to voice out and say whatever it is. It is through the Hands Up for Our Girls today we have the special courts to judge rape victims in this country. It is through the Hands Up for Our Girls we now have 15 years imprisonment for rape victim perpetrators. Because before now, when you rape a girl, the maximum you spend in prison will be 2 months. If you are a government minister, you will not go to prison. Under the leadership of His Excellency and through the Hands Up Our Girls campaign, the minimum you will spend in prison if you are a perpetrator of rape is 15 years. And if you kill someone in an event where you're trying to rape them, you will be in prison for life. The policies that give girls the rights, the child rights policies, every single policy has been looked at, has been, changed. His Excellency, every policy that favors girls in this country, His Excellency has championed it in Parliament and make sure it goes through. Every policy. So that is the impact of Hands Up Our Girls campaign. It is not me per se, Fatima, no. It is His Excellency who believes that women should be given the space. If he had not given me the space, we would not be in this room today. If my husband had silenced me, girls would not be talking, because girls would not know that you can also talk. So the credit goes to His Excellency, and I can say to you, every young girl in this country, in fact, people are missing Hands Up Our Girls as the law. People now failing to understand that when you are raped, you have to go and report it at the police station and then you get justice at the court. People believe that it is the Hands Up Our Girls that should give them justice. No, the Hands Up Our Girls will put all the mechanism in place. So when you are a victim, if you use them the right way, you will get justice at the end. And what we will do, we'll make sure you get that justice rate as long as you are a victim and you can prove that you are a victim. So that is what the Hands Off Ideas has done. And internationally, the Hands Off Ideas has put in a resolution at the United Nations and it has been passed. And the second resolution is coming. I don't think you'll understand when they say you get a resolution at the United Nations. That means the whole world agree with what you are saying for them to adopt it. So when the whole world adopts what you are talking about, means that you are speaking the right language. Now the Hands Off Ideas is part of an advice report. As the First Lady of this country, part of an advice report at the United Nations that deals with education. I'm also champion for girls' education under the Education Plus through the Hands Off Ideas campaign. That are some of our achievements. I hope I've answered your question. Thank you very much. Last three, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My question is, how did you attain to your success? And the other one is, there's something going on now. Girls are going through a lot. Not everybody is able to speak what they are going through. As for me, my parents, I can't talk to them because I'm afraid that they might react badly. And I don't have people that I'm confident with to talk. Now on social media, the Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, there are people that are sending notes to girls, to younger girls, boys again too. They are sending the notes and they are telling you, I have something to give you and come and take it at this place. Or someone might be calling you, I know you are interested in something like innovation and entrepreneurship and stuff. They'll keep telling you, come to this place, and when you go there, they are going to sexually harass you. So my question is, how can we stop the sexual harassment, and where can we report these types of people? Thank you.
Her Excellency, it is an opportunity to voice out my cry to you. It is not a question per se, it is an outcry. I have been crying and we have been crying. I commend you for sharing free pads across Leone, but the rates at which the prices of pads are going up is very, very much alarming. Pads. Yes, ma'am, sanitary pads. It's very, very much alarming. It's very, very much alarming. We are crying to the government, we are crying to NGOs that we put subsidies on pads because it's not our choice to have medication, but it comes naturally. So we are pleading that subsidies have been placed on extra well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Madam Excellency. Fatima Maada. Cynthia Freeman.
Please, can we have one meeting, please?
I'm Cynthia Freeman from Liberia, and I'm so excited to meet you. You are my secret admirer. I've been following you on social media, and I have an organization whose major objective is to promote and maintain young women's sanitation in Liberia. So I'm so much amazed with the level of work we have done in your country. And what she said, that was what I wanted to speak on, because I've been on radio, social media, I've been talking about this. Let the sanitary pad be free. Even if we don't want to make it free, then we reduce the cost of the sanitary pad so other people can afford. Because you will not be able to go all over. So if you reduce the price, at least people will be able to afford it. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Finally.
Hello everyone, my name is Maya Kaloko and I'm the president for Gender Department in FBC. My question is, how will the Gender Department be involved in the Hands Off Adults campaign? And also, how would you help in popularizing the departments? Because obviously, the the department needs a lot of popularization, and its impact will also help to create positivity in the lives of the young girls.
Thank you. You know, when the president asks you a question, you have to think twice how you answer the president. Madam President, I can say to you, if you're leading the gender department in FBC, it is for you to put programs together and call us, and then we will come. Because already you have an established institution. When they say Kobe College, you know the number of women and young girls that are there. So we will come. Put something together, most definitely we will come and support. And I've said this again, when it is a women's issue, when it is a child's issue, a gender issue, I spare no mercy on people who abuse women and girls. And my time is for that. That is what I am here for. I am not the one that goes around and be giving you money for this, money for that. But if I can amplify your concern in that college, I will be there to support you. Not as the front, but you as the front. If you lead, I will come with you. Just as we're doing here today. There is a leader here today. She leads and I follow. So do the same and we will come and support you, I promise. Now, with the internet issue, I think I've addressed this again and again. If you don't watch these things, then you and the person will not have that conversation until they start to call you to meet them in places. Stop engaging strangers on the phone. Stop engaging people that will send you things that will endanger your life. And most of all, don't ever go to a place where you are invited by a man. I don't think you should go there. So it still comes back to the same thing. For you to be safe, you also have to protect yourself. Your own safety should be your priority. Using the internet is not for you to be watching pornographic videos or for somebody to be sending you things on social media and asking you to meet them in places, and then it is you yourself that leave your house to go and meet the person. That means you are as greedy as the person, because whatever the person is offering you is what you're going to take there. Now when you go there and then you meet something else that you are not expecting, you have endangered yourself, you have endangered your own life. So please, again, make your education priority. When you are enlightened, when you are exposed enough, people does not use you in those silly things. I will give you an example. All the reason why girls become victims, they go after material things. They go after things that they think they cannot afford to buy themselves. So I said, how you take care of all them phone your way to buy top up and all of that? Same sugar daddy, I give you the top up for all them phone here, so that we will talk to me sweetheart. So that made me understand the effect of telephones on young girls in this country. It is okay to have phones, but it is not okay to have phones through having sex. Your payment should not be telephone when you are having sex. And material things should not be the reason why you leave your house to go and endanger your own life. If you look at the 20 leons, this is the highest note we have in our currency today. It's the 20 leons note. This is the highest note we have in the Sierra Leone currency. I know some people that say, Mother, do you choose this woman becoming into fever? Well, if you choose as a figure, that's what said. If you man like you not going to do something. You know? But it is not about the face of this woman. I want you to look. And when you go home, if you have the opportunity, please go and look at it. At the back of our most expensive currency is students in classrooms. That is to tell you, this money is important, but the education that will give you this money is paramount and more important than the money itself. Because with education, you can have this money, you can can have as much as this as possible as long as you're working. You see, Madam, you don't put my credit now. And don't put what's in the other thing. I mean, if you put health, if you put agriculture, but it's education. Because with education, you will have a best health system. With the right education, you will have the best agriculture system in the country. Everything you have to do in the world today have to come with education, some kind of education. If you are the richest person in the world today and you are not educated, an educated person, you have to employ an educated person to manage your money. You will have to pay an educated person to manage your money for you. So please, let your education be your priority. Now, my most favorite subject, sanitary pad. Every day you learn. I thought by providing free sanitary pad for girls going to school will help, or the introduction of sanitary pad and making girls understand it is better to use sanitary pad than to use the filthy cloth that we use that will give you infection, that will give you bacteria that will lead to other kinds of sicknesses. It's one of the reasons why the introduction of the free sanitary pad. But you've come up with something that makes sense. Because for some of you that are not in school, who does not have the opportunity to have the free sanitary pad, you still will need the sanitary pad. I don't want to say anything, but allow me now to begin a club. If you can please send me the names of all the companies that are bringing sanitary pad in the country for sale. The one the way they sell them. If you can send me the names of those companies, I will engage them. If I engage them and then they don't change the price, I will name and shame them. Please, if you can furnish, please, through Hannah, I'm begging you to put the names together because I really don't know the names of the companies that are doing sanitary pad or bringing sanitary pad to sell in this country. What my focus is on is to provide sanitary pad that is free for girls in school. Please, get me the names of all these companies and let me bring your concern to them. If the concern does not work, we will also take it to a policy level and we will force them to change their prices. I've always said this. If they can give our boys free condoms, they should be able to give our girls free sanitary pads. So together, please, together, let us fight this fight together. Help me with the names and we will have an engagement with them. And I'll bring you girls to be there, to address them, and then we will tell them to do something about it. If they don't do something about it, we'll force them to do something about it. Because I still believe, I'm sorry guys, condom is your choice, because sex is choice. But menstruation is not a choice. It's part of our body and we don't have a choice, we have to see our menstruation. So for that, I think they have to. And this is something that I am running around all over the world for them to understand. And I'm also talking to our international donors also. Please, you that talk at the highest level at the United Nations, tell them yes, condom is nice, but sanitary pad will be greater for our people. Please, because sanitary pad will save a lot of girls' life and will give them the dignity they deserve also. Please, we should have sanitary pads in our toilets in schools. Our schools should have emergency sanitary supplies. Everywhere girls go, they should have sanitary pads around. I mean, don't get me wrong that I'm Jerusalem for sanitary pad. Nobody has given me sanitary pad free in my life. And that's the reason why
even in Africa, they don't have to spend money for pads. Myself, I use something that is called a menstrual cup. So the last time I spent money on my period, it was like 5 years ago. I have not spent money since then. So every month I use a reusable cup. And I worked with Anna about this because I think that those are the kind of things that need to be introduced in the country. So that even young girls living in rural areas who don't have money, who come from like poor families, they won't have to spend money for sanitary pads. Even the girls in school, they don't have to think about saving money every month and spending money for sanitary pads. I think the solution, is reusable pads.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I've had this debate with a lot of people about the cup. I have never used one, but I know that for those who have, they said it's very effective, but then we will still need to have it. No, I mean, if only they have brought it into Sierra Leone, we will propagate it. We cannot propagate on something if it's only 100 pieces. If we have enough for the population that we are trying to cater for, then we would have to go and educate them and tell them how to use it. If anybody have it, unfortunately it has not come to my notice yet. If it's here, I'll be willing to help promote it. Because, I mean, I've had people talk about it and I would love to see how it works. I would want to use it myself first and see how it works before I can actually introduce it to my girls. Sorry? Okay, until it comes to Sierra Leone, we'll wait. When you bring it here, we'll help to promote it. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in our man of I believe I don't address all you on our Una really don't even ask me how mad are you today. Una don't ask me. No, colleague said my name will ask me. fine. If they still house, in a sad relation. When they left this morning, they look handsome and sleek. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure being here with you all. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, Excellency, Madam Fatima Javidio. We like that and we learned a lot. Before I proceed, I would like to recognize the presence of the Superintendent, Mrs. Monica Johnson, and Mrs. Baylor from Gender Department, Wabi College. You are highly welcome.
Welcome back to the no segment is okay. Wow, what do you just now? We just say like Nami Mama did talk. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. In life, there is a time for every purpose, right? A time to be born and a time to die. So definitely